Check it out. This video is about a recent situation where No Jumper regular Desto Dubb, who is also the owner of clothing brand That's an Awful Lot of Cough Syrup, was ambushed in an altercation with No Jumper haters AceBoyPun, AD, as well as their affiliated AceBoyz Worldwide crew. Now, this all happened in the Sexy Red concert, and the footage I'm about to show you shows Desto Dubb running away. In fact, he looked so scared that he was afraid he was about to go through Pound Town. Pause.
They don't fuck with us.
What happened? Weird ass, no jumper ass.
AD, Pun.
Maybe we get on the phone.
AD and Pun on business. AD and Pun on business. Hey, what y'all say, man? Hey, standing.
Wow, that is quite a video. And shout out to AceBoyPun, or as I like to call him, Mr. Potato Head. You can clearly see that AceBoyPun stands on more than just toy business. And in that same video, you see how Desto Dubb was running and backing away very quickly. He had to change his clothing brand from That's an Awful Lot of Cough Syrup to That's an Awful Lot of Running. And in that same footage, you saw how Desto Dubb was walking away or maybe running away saying, I'm my own man, as if to say you got nothing to do with the situation. I mean, Desto, weren't you the same person who was laughing with Adam 22 when he was going on that anti-AD, or was it the anti-AceBoyz rant? Yeah, because if you didn't agree with Adam 22, you don't got to laugh with him. I mean, let's show the clip of Desto Dubb clearly laughing with Adam 22.
For it. Ain't nobody scared around here. That's all I'm saying. So if you really want to do something, you're gonna have to actually do it. You're not gonna just sit. You're not gonna just sit. You're not gonna just sit.
Now that you've seen the clip, clearly you can see that Desto Dubb saying I'm my own man is no valid excuse, because if you lay with the pigs, don't be surprised when you get some dirt on yourself. Or let's give a more modern example. You hang with the ops, you may just get slayed with the ops. And it's power in numbers. You saw how scared Desto Dubb got when he saw AceBoyPun and the others surrounding him, so Desto ran off like a purple Teletubby. I mean, both Desto and the Teletubby have weird fashion sense. For Desto Dubb, the situation is a dub, and I don't mean that in a good way. Now, you may be wondering, what led up to the situation where we see this type of altercation? Well, it happened when Adam 22 on his Instagram called out the AceBoyz and related No Jumper haters to slide on him, as well as Desto's reaction when Adam 22 was going on that very, very big rant.
The funniest style of podcaster are people who can hear a valid argument, can hear a valid conversation, and then they go on the podcast and they want to convince you that they're hard and they could beat somebody up. I think I speak on behalf of basically the entire audience and really maybe the world when I say that we don't care. You got to actually do it. You can't just talk about it on the podcast. Nobody cares. That's a defunct style of podcasting. It's been gone for a very long time. If you want to act tough, a podcast is not the place to do it. So anyone who ever listens to something I say and then they hop on a podcast and they start talking about how tough they are, I just want you to know you are a bozo.
Because when you look at the Reddit, when you look at the comments, nobody is impressed. You're never going to take a W by hopping on a podcast, talking about a verbal beef, a beef of ideas, a war of ideas. You're never going to take the W by going on your podcast and talking about how tough you are. It makes you sound goofy. Do you really think that I'm scared of Pun waiting outside of the building? You know exactly where we work. What are we talking about? If you wanted to do something, you're not going to talk about it on the podcast. You probably already would have done it. I'm not worried about it.
I get it, Adam22. The cocaine makes you feel very, very powerful. And look at in that podcast table, you see Brick Baby, a No Jumper host, as well as Desto Dubb, nervously laughing when Adam22 makes that super, super rant. You know, Adam22, you got to be careful what you wish for, because sometimes your wishes may come true. And especially with Desto Dubb nervously laughing at Adam22's rant, it's kind of like when your boss, you know he's making a crazy joke, a bad joke, but you got to laugh just to, not to make things awkward. Like, oh, good one, boss. That was a classic. Funny, right? Because, your boss doesn't want to get embarrassed. You don't want to make it feel awkward. And the boss makes a crazy joke that's maybe off color or not funny, but you got to laugh just to make sure things aren't awkward. So you're like, yeah, that was a good one. Classic. So I kind of get Desto Dubb's situation, but that could also be interpreted why the AceBoyz said, you know what? You're laughing with Adam22. You're part of the opposition as well. And in response to Adam22's video and rant, AceBoy affiliate Hove made a couple of threats against Adam22 and even Desto Dubb, and you can see it in this podcast clip.
I'm just ready to meet these in 4K. Just keep that same energy, man. You can't say your homies from over here and then y'all let that man disrespect him. Like, if it's work, let it be work. If want to go in and go in on the homies over here, don't be in the room with them. I just asked that. Don't be in the room with them. But when you in the room with them and talking bad about over here, it's like you on that side. So if you on that side, stay on that side, because if we catch him and you around, you getting punched on too.
Wow, that is crazy. Did you hear that audio? For those who don't know, Hove, I think, is the person in the gray sweater in that podcast clip. He's making threats. Doing things like punched on. By the way, why is this guy named Hove? Is he a Jehovah's Witness? Or is he trying to copy the rapper Jay-Z, who also sometimes goes by the name Hove? Like, come on, be original. If you're going to pick a name, why do you pick Hove? Do something like H or something original that you can't be able to mistake for someone else. And you're probably wondering, why is Hove acting like this? Well, it's gang activity. You ever heard of or have you ever seen like that clip, the episode from the Boondocks TV show where I think they explain like the reason why they gang up, right? I think it was a rap crew named the Thugnificent and all these other people, right? And other people, they say we gang up so we don't have to fight fair. We fight in numbers. That's what gangs do. And gangs understand, right? When it's 1-on-1, it could be a chance that other person could win. But when it's 5-on-1, your odds are going to increase to your favor. So yeah, 5-on-1 is most likely the 5 people are going to do the beat down on the one individual. So I get it. He's thinking like a gang because he knows that he has power in numbers. But speaking of numbers, AceBoyPun also made a response to the situation with this Instagram video.
Trying to see what's up. He wanna fuck with me.
Standing on business. Together now. Standing on business. Bitch, always.
For it. Ain't nobody scared around here. That's all I'm saying. So if you really want to do something, you're going to have to actually do it. You're not going to just sit.
Hey, you see Desto Dubb dancing around like as if he's in a disco. Come on, his brain is called awful lot of cough syrup. I think cough syrup is supposed to make you calm, not go crazier. Then again, you notice on top of Desto's head, he's wearing diving goggles, right? That go deep underwater. I think that represents his current business. That's an awful lot of cough syrup because that business may be going underwater, right? Because think about it. we've never really seen Desto Dubb until recently. Why is he pulling up to the podcast on a regular basis? Probably he felt that his business is not as doing as hot as before, so he's going to do a little bit of advertising. He feels that if he pulls up to the podcast more eyes are going to be on him, more eyes are going to be on his brand. That's an awful lot of cough syrup, and through that, maybe that business can go up. So let's be honest. He's probably at No Jumper regularly as a way to boost the business because he's there not because he wants to, but because he needs to. But later on, Desto Dubb's coworker Brick Baby had this to say about the situation.
Y'all want to take podcasts to the street shit? This is, hey, that's on y'all, brother. But like I say, I stand in the blue in this one. I just ain't even. You know what I mean? It don't concern me. I just pray that when y'all see me, y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? And that's just that. I just pray y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? We don't got to talk too much more about that. I pray a nigga act the same way. I'm begging. Because we be outside too. Now nigga outside.
I pray for times like this, to speak like this, because if Brick Baby is wearing an That's an Awful Lot of Cough Syrup shirt clothing, I can see why the business is going down, because even the rappers are trying to move on to quality brands like a Montclair. You see those crazy flashy jackets our people are wearing? There's only so many times that I can wear the same outfit that just has a logo. I think people are looking for quality. But then again, despite what Brick Baby is saying, his boss Adam22 felt differently. Check it out.
So people probably want me to comment on specific things. I'm going to take a quote from AD's book, and I'm going to say, I've been getting calls all morning. And I don't really feel like it's my place to turn any of this shit up. This shit is like, it doesn't really seem like it concerns me after this point. You know, that's a whole different situation. I got nothing to say about it. I'm mum.
Doesn't concern you, Adam22. It's because of you that Desto Dubb and possibly No Jumper host Brick Baby are in this weird situation. I mean, you gotta be a leader, be a man. Because if you don't want to see these situations pop off, you gotta lead by example, right? You don't want to cause beef in crazy situations, don't start beef. And when you see people trying to start beef in your company, all right, you just got to punish them saying, we don't want beef in this office. But oftentimes you see a lot of the beef is started by Adam22, and people are saying, you know what? If Adam22 is cool with beef, I'm going to beef as well. So that's right. You can't just fan the flames. When you see fire and you don't want it there, you got to put it down. So that's what I got to say, Adam. You can't just duck away from a situation you started. You just got to be able to own up to it, or don't even try to instigate these things in the first place. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, put a like and subscribe. Put a comment below if you got something to say about it. I'll see you all next time.